Welcome to America's Heroes Group.
Welcome to America's Heroes Group Roundtable with partner and sponsor Tabak Law Firm, LLC. It's Saturday, December 18th, 2021. December is AIDS Awareness and National Human Rights Month. I am host Cliff Kelley.
Yeah, the Honorable Cliff Kelley, and I'm his co-host. I'm Colonel Dr. Damon Arnold. Our executive producer is Glenda Smith, and our digital media producer is the impeccable Ivan Ortega of Scouts Honor Productions, who's in the audience with us right now. He is phenomenal. He is a digital media master. If you need to hire someone, look for Ivan. We have also our partners, and this is one of our sponsors and partners, Tabak Law Firm, LLC. Their mission is to help veterans every day, and they are helping veterans. I happen to be a customer, and I am so satisfied with this service. I'm telling you, if you need help and you're a veteran and you have disability claims, look at them, go to them, and they'll be giving you their contact information during the show. So we have Monica Irelan Karas. She is a veteran benefits attorney with Tabak Law Firm based out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, with offices located across the United States of America, USA, that's the country. And also we have Axel Sierra. And Axel Sierra is a U.S. Army veteran and attorney with Tabak Law Firm. I said Army veteran. Don't get too jealous. All of these other groups out there, like the Marines, the Navy, the Air Force, and and the Coast Guard. We have an Army Army veteran who is an attorney that will help you. And I'm sure they have other people from the other branches of service, but it's a joke because I love all branches. But
Me too.
I'm proud of the Army because Cliff is Army too. So
Right. Yeah, right.
So we're going to be talking today about initiating a VA claim, which is an incredibly and complex process. I am so glad that they're helping me through that process. I don't know all the steps to take, but they have been guiding me and it has been successful. So I want, first we're going to start off with Monica telling us a little bit about initiating a VA claim, and then Axel will jump in and really solidify some of the points that are being made.
Right.
How you doing, Monica? I love that
I'm
tree
good. How are
behind you.
y'all?
I love that tree behind
Do
you.
you love
it? Yes, I do.
Oh, all right. Oh, I just lost your connection. Well, anyways,
We can hear you.
happy holidays to you all.
Yes.
It's so nice to see you. So nice to see Cliff. Hello,
Hi,
sir.
how you doing?
Hi.
Good.
I'm good.
Good.
And
Good
I've
to
got
hear your
Axel
voice.
with me.
And
you
hope you
too,
have
sir.
a wonderful holiday.
Thank you. I'm so happy to see you. I've got Axel with me today. Axel is a recent grad of John Marshall Law School, my alma mater.
Okay.
And yeah, so he's going to be helping us out. He's my new partner in crime over at KBAC. So we're going to talk a little bit about filing for a claim, and then I want to introduce you all to Axel a little bit. I thought
Axel,
it was
how are
important
you?
to talk.
I'm sorry.
Pretty well.
Axel,
How are you
good.
guys doing?
Good.
Great.
Thanks for being with us. JMLS.
Thanks for inviting me. I appreciate this without a doubt. This is one of the best experiences of my life, so thank you very much.
Oh, you're great.
Oh,
A JMLS
that's wonderful.
graduate, of course. Right.
We are very proud, us John Marshall people, very proud.
Right.
Great.
We're going to talk a little bit about filing a claim from the beginning, which is something that my law firm, Axel, we don't really help you all with, but we haven't talked about it enough. And I think it's important to just hit on what to do if you've never filed a claim before in your entire life and you're just starting from the beginning. The best way to go about this is to do it through e-benefits. If you have access and you know how to use e-benefits, that is the best way to start a claim. The very first form that you file is a 526EZ if you've never filed before. It's important for our listeners and watchers to know that the VA does everything on a form. So if you send them a letter or give them a call, that's not enough. They're not going to start your claim for you. You have to do it on very specific forms. And the other thing to remember is some people don't know exactly what the name is of what's going on with them. They know they have an issue with their leg or their ankle or perhaps their back, and that's okay. Go ahead and make that claim just for your back. or just for your leg. Just get it started. That's the most important thing. This is something that the veteran does themselves or with a VSO, a Veteran Service Officer organization. I don't want to say most of these, but a good chunk of these get denied. And that's when you call myself, that's when you call Axel, that's when you call our firm, and that's when we help you, when they deny you for the first time. The way the laws are written and the statutes allow for law firms to help you, we have to do it on an appeal basis. We have to do it once you've filed and once you've gotten denied. You can file that 526EZ through the mail. You can file it by faxing it. You can file it by e-benefits, but just make sure you file it and put down everything that you're making a claim for on there, because that date, the date that you file that claim, is your effective date. That is the date that your claim starts. So it's very important to be as precise as you can, but again, if you can't, that's okay too. At least initiate your claim through a 526EZ.
Okay, so that's the first step.
Dr. Arnold, we've been so privileged to help you.
Yeah.
We're so happy to have you as a client with us, and I've talked to Cliff on the phone just because he's a wonderful man and likes to talk to me.
Yeah, you know, when you were saying John Marshall Law School, two of my very, very good friends, I've gone overseas with them to Taiwan and then to Czech Republic. But Judy Munson and Michael Singh, longtime friends, they are phenomenal people, have really helped quite a bit. And I know, Michael has that community-based outreach law practice as well, to help people who are in trouble. And so when you said, Axel Sierra was, graduated from John Marshall Law School, I said they picked the right person. You have an Army veteran going in there. He's going to do a phenomenal
lot of
job.
good people out of JMLS.
So, Axel, what's your view on this? What's your experience so far, helping veterans and, getting people on track, to make sure that their benefits are paid attention to?
Well, first, since you said Professor Singh, I want to say hello to him if he's ever listening to this.
Yeah.
Fantastic professor. I had him for constitutional law.
Yes.
And without him, I definitely wouldn't be here today. But as far as your question goes, one of the main reasons why I went to John Marshall out of all the schools was because of the veterans clinic that they have there. And the program director there, Yelena Dorte, she really helped a plethora of veterans all across the country with a variety of issues. So she was really able to teach me the ins and outs of not only just helping veterans get their benefits, but also upgrading discharges, being able to communicate with my fellow brothers and sisters to see what it is that they need, because sometimes it's not just the benefits that they need. Sometimes they need hope. Sometimes they just need someone to say, we got your back. If you want to talk to us about X, Y, or Z, here we are. And I think that's something that without that program director, Yelena, I wouldn't have met Monica. And that's how, our relationship started. And she said, hey, they're looking for someone, and I think you fit the bill. You've helped out a lot of people already in that 6 months that I was in the clinic. Why don't you consider doing this as an attorney? And I jumped right on it, without hesitation. And here I am today, continuing what I started 6 months for 6 months. And it's a very beautiful experience helping my brothers and sisters out.
Oh, fantastic. And when you were saying that, I was thinking that the two things that made me feel great within the last couple of years, one was actually going to Tabak Law Firm and feeling the relief that I felt, and feeling like you could be listened to and believed about what you were saying, because so many times that doesn't happen when you go to clinics and they just don't pay attention to you, and they're not writing down anything you say, and it's it's 5 minutes, I'm sorry, the time's up, go somewhere else. And you get that kind of brush off. But the relief I felt just knowing that I had someone on my side helping, it was tremendous. And the only other time, the second time, was getting fully vaccinated against COVID, right? So I got my 2 doses and my booster, and that
Yes,
relief,
sir.
I had that same kind of feeling of relief. So I'm telling veterans who are out there who are wondering, should I get file disability? Should I do this? Should I do that? Do what they're saying right now and look at that form, the 526EZ, and make sure you go online, fill it out as Monica was mentioning, and then if you get a denial, seek them out. And at this point, maybe that's a good time. I'm not sure Monica or Axel, but who wants to give this is the number, this is the
right.
website to go to.
Yes. So our phone number to contact us is 414-375-1375. That's 414-375-1375. Our website is Tabak, Tabak attorneys.com, and you can get more information there. But we're happy to help at any level. The mission of this firm is to just help people. We just want to help our veterans. We want them to do better. Y'all know my story that, this is a family thing to me. This is personal to Axel. It's very personal to us. We want to help our veterans.
Yes, I remember your story about your dad and doing that, for making sure that the veterans, benefits were being pushed through. That is something that is incredibly important. And I was trying to, it's an emotional thing for all of us. And and one of the things you told me that it stuck with me is don't give up. Don't give up. There are too many veterans who just say, they said no, so I'm done. I'm not going to, go forward with this claim because, and it's an honor thing. Many of us feel really bad about it when people approach us and they say there's a denial and those things. Yes, and that's the thing that we feel bad about. So with our veterans, when we feel that we, honors being that our veracity, are you telling the truth? Are you, and we're getting labeled by that, that really tears apart our armor and our sense of dignity and the respect that we've built up with our soldiers. And so, with the claims and all that, what kinds of claims do people have the right to sort of push forward? Because now we have these things with burn pits that are going on. We have other things with musculoskeletal injuries and all of those things. What should people be aware of about what's going on with them and their push for claims?
Well, we've talked about burn pits in the past, and I think burn pit claims are really important. And I understand that many of them are being denied right now. I fully anticipate that at some point our burn pit veterans will be entitled to the same type of benefits that our Vietnam era veterans have for Agent Orange exposure. It's not there yet. It's not, it took a case, a lawsuit for the Agent Orange veterans to get what they needed. And it will probably take a case through the higher courts to get the burn pit at a more presumptive level. There are things you can get service-connected for burn pits right now that they are starting to establish. But just like you said, Dr. Arnold, it is so important not to give up. Just make sure you make those claims. Even if it's something they're not connecting today, they may be connecting that in 2 months, in 2 years, in 20 years. But you will get benefits when they finally make that a presumptive, if you in fact filed at one point in time, if it goes the same way that our Agent Orange veterans went. So it's very important to keep up the fight. Don't give up. I know, and I'm sure, Axel knows, just dealing with the VA. You get that letter in the mail and you get that return address from the VA and you're just like, oh, what now? What now?
Right. You feel lost.
That's what we're here for. That is what we do for you. We take the anxiety out of it. I believe, speak for Axel, we are very compassionate people. We know that our people need help. We know our veterans need help. But we are your fact finders. We are the people that know the law. And as much as we're compassionate about it, we're going to take the emotion out of it. And we are going to take the law and put it to its use and find your benefits for you. So again, we want to offer hope, and I hope that we do that. But that being said, myself as a lawyer, Axel as an attorney, our other attorneys in our firm, we are your fact finders. We know the law. We're going to find what they did wrong, and I will find what they did wrong. I'm pretty good at that. And Axel spent quite a lot of time lately just reviewing a lot of our decisions and helping us write up the law and what's wrong. So, I know you're just seeing the two of us, but there's a team of lawyers, there's a team of paralegals behind us that are just committed to this.
Yes, and I have to do a shout out to Lance. He's been helping me out tremendously. He really stays on top of me. Says, okay, what are you doing next? So he's been really helping me.
Lance is a good Army veteran, and Lance is going through some stuff right now that in regard to his Army service. So
Yes.
let's all say a prayer for him right now. He's got, some brothers and sisters he's praying for, some veterans. So
Yes.
let's give Lance a good prayer right now.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
I wanted to talk to Axel a little bit and just ask you, like, why are you doing this? You talked about hope. You talked about, I know you're a veteran and your brothers and sisters mean a lot to you. What brought you here? Why are you here?
The funny thing about that is I've been asked that question a lot for the past 2 weeks. I'm actually from Chicago, so I drive out to the, Milwaukee office. I drive about anywhere from an hour and a half to 2 hours every day each way. So it turns out to be either 3 or 4 hours a day just to do this. And I wouldn't have it any other way. And I think I came up with a conclusive answer as to why I'm, taking on this responsibility. And I think it's because God sent me to do this work. And I don't like to preach religion too much, but I think it is a calling. And my brother was in the service, and he had passed away. He committed suicide back in 2014. And as I was burying him, I kind of, I told myself that I'm going to find a way to help our brothers and sisters out, particularly with the invisible wounds. It's easy to help someone out and to make the claim with the VA if, they lost a limb. That's kind of a no-brainer. But those invisible wounds are the hard ones to really not only explain to the VA, but also to get the veteran to say, hey, I have a problem and I need help. And, that's it's a difficult thing to talk about or to even contemplate. And I would like to say to all the listeners that we're here for you. And that's something that I would like to take on and say, my brothers and sisters, please seek help. We're here. That's why the VA, exists, is to give you some sort of normalcy. It is money in the form of money, and that doesn't necessarily make you whole, but it does give you some sort of assistance so that you can move on and find whatever it is that you want in this world. Whatever it is that can bring you back to normal.
Yeah, one of the most powerful things you just said too. I was just thinking about it is when you said, the money is there and it can help to bring you back to normal and that kind of thing, but it's the healing to know that this is not your fault. This is not something that is unrecognized or something that happened to you. It's the recognition and the affirmation that you actually suffered something when you went through and rose your hand and you went overseas and you were in war times, or even if you were in uniform here and you got injured while you were on a ship or in an all-terrain vehicle or whatever. You were serving the country, and that is something that recognition that you are legitimately saying, this is what happened to me. And to have someone say, yes, that is what happened to you, and we recognize that is so powerful in someone's life. All besides the money and all that other stuff, it's the idea that you are mentally made whole again and your sacrifice is recognized. So thank you very much for what you're doing for our veterans. Going into this, you also have some homeless veterans. You have veterans who are taking care of families, and that's something that I think I would love to have a show on that. It's just to talk about, what is the outreach that you have for people who are not just living in a home but are on the streets with their families, and what do they need to know, because this could take you out of poverty, right? It could take you off the streets and give you the kind of things you need to actually put down a down payment on an apartment, or so that you can rent an apartment, a security deposit. So this is something that is really critical for those people who are on the streets, who are veterans who've been affected, that they actually come forward and are helped. So what advice would you give them?
The best piece of advice I can give someone like that is make sure we have your phone number. And if your phone number changes, and the VA for that matter, we need to have a current phone number, even if it's not your phone number, even if you cannot keep a telephone. If you need to give us your sister's number and give us permission to leave messages with your sister. The other thing is try and keep an address. There are many shelters that will allow you to use their address as the mailing address if you have nowhere else to go. If we can't contact you, we can't help you. I have to know what it is you're trying to achieve, and certainly as your attorney, we have to act in your best interest. And if I can't get in touch with you, or the team can't get in touch with you, that certainly is a problem. So, mailing address that you can get, P.O. boxes, homeless shelters, friends, family, anything like that you can have your mail sent to, and that we can get a hold of you. And the same thing with a telephone. If you can't keep a cell phone, if you have family, worst case scenario, if you can do none of that, just call us and tell us, you're going to call us on a certain day every month or every other month, so that we know how to communicate with you. If I can't communicate with you, I can't help you.
Yes. Well, we're running out of time. We've got to have everyone back. Alex, Axel, Alex, I have a nephew named Alex, so it always goes in my head.
It happens
Axel
all the time.
and Monica, I really wish both of you a really, really happy holiday. Again, the phone number is 414-375-1375. Tabak Law Firm, they are a partner, they are a sponsor. Tabak Law Firm, LLC, is helping pave the way for healing of our veterans and bringing them to wholeness. So I praise the work you do, and have a wonderful, wonderful holiday. And we are moving on to a commercial break, but we will be right back, and we will have them back. Monica and Axel will be out there fighting for you.